How will the Tillerson exit be viewed in Moscow?
I think that they will regret it, even though Mr. Tillerson was very outspoken and very tough talking about Russia, but he had a very long history in Russia. He understood the country, he understood the people, and that was certainly viewed as a positive rather than a negative. And it's also understood here in Moscow that the whole sanctions threat from the US is not being driven so much by the White House or by the Secretary of State, but it's actually coming from Congress. So that's not really going to change with a new Secretary of State. So net, I think they viewed Tillerson as a pragmatic politician that understood them, and I think that they'll be nervous until they get the measure of the new guy.
The relationship between the US and Russia, and you could throw in the UK, is at a low. I'm not going to quantify how low, but it's certainly at a low, Chris. Do you see it coming off those lows anytime soon, and you know the repercussions for the investment community?
Well, first of all, no, I do not see it coming off the lows. In fact, I think that it's very likely that we will reach new lows. I mean, for one thing, we have heard from the US Treasury Secretary that the US is planning to come with new sanctions against Russia, he said, in the coming weeks. This is under pressure from Congress to continue tightening sanctions against Russia, so that's coming. We also know that there's potentially kind of more of a conflict over the nuclear kind of INF treaty. That could lead to kind of new tensions. And of course, this crisis, I guess is the right word, with the UK, then again, that could reinforce the hardline position in the US, as well as further deteriorating relations between London and Moscow. So no, I think there is no prospect of relations between Russia and the US or the UK improving for quite some time. I think we're talking about next year realistically.